David, first, such an elite. First class thousandaire. I got a thumbnail already. I'm a bit excited about the contents of this bag. Hit that like button, wealthy guy. Remember, a little generosity sows the seeds of prosperity. It's true. Generous people get generous on. Who wants to be generous to a tightwad? The master cylinder is at full capacity with some cheap coffee. I like to do this to myself once in a while. Roughing it. All right, friendo. Thanks for joining me at my ponder table this morning. Or whatever time it is, wherever you are. I'm gonna have a little coffee and clear these nickels out of the way. And then we shall open that bag. There was spillage. It's gonna be a lucky day. I'm not worthy. Never say that to yourself, ever. You know, as I become wealthier, more fit, and talented, I might add, I ask myself, if not me, then who? And then I look around. And then I say, oh, man, it is up to me, isn't it? I may even be the worthiest. I'm always on the lookout for capable people who take life seriously and are trying to advance in it. People like that may not have a lot of time for you, but hey, a fist bump or a hello for a split second, that's plenty of time. I remain optimistic about the world overall, but I think it's important not to have people in your network that compromise you. I don't know how easy life is for you, but it's pretty much an all-day struggle for me. 6 days a week. And chores on the 7th. Don't think it's just a day off. We need to go faster. Let's get these nickels out of here so we can see what's in the bag. Don't get me wrong. I do well, but I need surpluses each week. Some yield. I'm not trying to work just to pay bills. How are you holding up? Why don't you let me know in the comments below? Are you doing good? You got some surpluses, some yields each week, each month? Or are you just a little more inflation away from having to make some big decisions between important things? Like, do I want to eat or pay my rent? If that's where you're at, hang in there, friendo. Times like that bring out the best in us. After all, there's always something you can be grateful for, and that's your launch pad, your foundation. I find there's two foundations out there that people have. They either have the gratitude or the attitude. And I don't want the attitudes in my longitude or latitude. I'm so sorry, that was dumb. I couldn't help myself. I don't know, I kind of liked it. If you're new here, and you're still here for some reason watching, and wondering, what is he doing with these nickels, and why is he unrolling them? I like to diversify my cash holdings. I fill up 5-gallon water bottles with nickels. I'm trying for one in each room. Normally, I don't get this many at one time, but the bank seems to have them for the past couple weeks. Oh, and I want one in each room. That way I don't destroy the floor. What's in the bag? What's in the bag? You gotta wait. You can fast forward if you want, but I warn you, it's a human hand. I'm just kidding. It's not a human hand. So yeah, eventually in the coming months, I'll have thousands of dollars in nickels spread around my home. And nickels are very quiet. They don't have a very high want spend. What do I mean? Say you have a pocket full of $100 bills. And let's make it even worse. Say you have the day off and you're cruising around. Many of us will notice that those $100 bills have ideas, and they keep telling us their ideas. They'll say, hey, you know what? Don't go to the grocery store. Let's go to a steakhouse. Maybe they'll say to you, hey, let's get drunk at a Hooters all day long. Well, I'm starting to get the urge to roll my nickels back up. Does that restaurant even exist anymore? The 1990s sure had some good things about them. If you're not a lush, you might say to yourself, yeah, just go pick up an 80-inch television and a PlayStation 5, and then maybe I'll challenge Thousandaire Radio to a game of UFC. Hey, you know, that could happen. We could even broadcast it. Yeah, so you see how want spend works? All this want to spend, I can feel it already. But if you have 5-gallon water bottles full of nickels and you're not even sure how much is really in there, your dreams are quickly interrupted by the thought of sitting at a table and rolling them all up, and then hauling them somewhere to cash them in. I don't think I have the urge to do that for a television, but I will do that if I all of a sudden don't have a job and I need to pay my bills. Yeah, so, and if they sit around for a long time, which I'm sure they will, hopefully, if times are good and stay good, I believe they will appreciate in value because they have a very nice composition. 75% copper, 25% nickel, with a melt value higher than a dime and higher than a quarter. That's right. I wouldn't suggest melting them, though. It's illegal. But perhaps maybe one day it will not be. If you believe we are destined for more inflation, then they will not be able to afford to keep making nickels. It just won't be cost effective. It probably already is not now. I think the only reason they have allowed it to go on so long is because you only get one nickel per transaction. There's no need to give you more than one nickel for change. Think about that. Interesting, huh? No? Oh, well, maybe you'll like what's in the bag. The other bag, that is. Hey, for some reason, if you didn't hit the like button, could you please hit the like button? Have I earned it from you yet? Thank you. Okay, so you might remember, I have another habit I do. I save $100 each week for my gold purchase in January and June. You may have noticed the past couple episodes, my hundies have been missing. I helped out a friend with a loan, and I got them back. This weekend is week number 9, I believe, so I should have $900 here. Plus, quite a bit extra. I finally got some air support. I've been grinding it out in the trenches for months. You can't focus on hopelessness. You gotta keep your eyes front and just hope for the best. Eventually, relief does come, whether it be in the form of reinforcements or you just fail and demise. Not the most ideal form of relief, but I bet it's still relieving. I don't see giving up as an option because when you give up, nothing happens. I mean, you're still there. It feels good to get these hundies back in these plastic cases. They add a little extra protection from want spend. When a hundie is in a case, I want spend it less. Hey, if you've been enjoying the videos or you've been enjoying this video, consider subscribing. That way we can be friends forever. And you can tune in every day. I'm pretty much here every day. I like to have coffee and ponder my finances before I start my day every day. If you've ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, he says every day he makes the decision, do I want to be rich or poor? And he said, and you better believe every day I choose to be rich. I believe there's something to that after all. It takes a lot of time to make and save cash and money, but it takes no time at all to squander it. Same thing with friendships and relationships. You know, it can take a long time to build up trust, and then a couple too many shots of tequila, it's over. So I believe being a little extra vigilant about your finances and your network, it's not a bad idea because they're valuable and somewhat fragile. All right, we went on for quite a bit of time here. Let me just get my Centenario stack of hundies here. There's the 9th one. And I got to get ready to work all day. But before I go to work, I got to stack some steps. Go for my morning walk. Let me tell you, a daily 30-minute walk is worth more than buying an ounce of silver. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So, you know, if you see people stacking and you lack some funds, there's other things you can do. After all, your health is your true wealth. I used to be really fit and really broke, and I had a great time. And I've also been very out of shape with plenty of money, and it was not great. And I've also been very out of shape with no cash at all, and that was pretty terrible. All right, so I got all my old notes back. I guess I'll just throw those extra hundies in here until I need them. I think my life is getting back in order. Knock on wood. All I have left to do this weekend is buy a silver dollar, which will be on Monday, and that will be week 47. I've got some comments that some of you are buying silver dollars now. I don't know if you're doing it because I'm doing it. Believe me, I'm not trying to get you to do it. In fact, I think if there's takeaway from my videos, it's not doing what I do or collecting what I collect, but doing it in the manner maybe that I do it in. You know, make a big goal, figure out when you want it done by, put a date on it, divide it by the years, months, weeks, and days, and find a time slot in your daily routine for it. And then just keep doing it till it's a habit. And then you'll just be this automatic awesome. And then you can figure out some other big goals you might want. Not all of them have to be financial, you know. Of course not. My newest goal, getting my walking in every day, every day. I'm starting small, 30 minutes a day. I'm stopping myself from getting carried away. Not going to overdo it in the beginning. But I want to be a 20,000 steps a day guy, you know. I appreciate you watching. If you're still here, comment 88. Because that is it. That is it. Thousandaire Radio. Wicked shout. All done. Ta-ta.